So everybody, that is your introduction to Windows 10. I got Zack Turley over here. We're going to be talking about it, and not only talking about it, we're going to actually be demoing it. This is live. This is a Dell Venue machine right here. This is one of those convertible tablets that he was talking about demoing. We are Dell's #1 retailer in West Virginia, I believe. So we can purchase these for you. We can help you out with figuring out exactly what you need to purchase. Zack, let me go ahead and give you a microphone here. Check, 1, 2. Can everybody hear that? If I need to turn Zack up a little bit, I'm pretty loud, so most people can hear me okay. So let me start out by just asking you guys a quick question. Who has Windows 8? Raise your hands if you have Windows 8. Who hates Windows 8? So all of the hands stayed up and a few more popped up. I noticed that. Okay. Well, I got some really good news for you in that regard. Microsoft, believe it or not, has listened to all of the complaints about Windows 8, and Windows 10 really does answer all of those questions.
Yeah, but it still does include a lot of the Windows 8 features that were very helpful that they just never educated people on in the first place.
That's right. The biggest problem with Windows 8, well, you guys tell me, what's the biggest, someone tell me, what do you think what's your biggest complaint with Windows 8? Does anybody want to volunteer?
Just big a change.
Too big of a change, it's not familiar,
Absolutely.
right?
And that goes back to they didn't educate anybody, they just kind of dropped it on you.
Well, I'll tell you a dirty little secret that I personally think, now I don't have any kind of inside knowledge or anything like that, but I think Windows 8 was a giant beta test that Microsoft just launched on the population to figure out exactly what they were going to do next, because they saw Android and they saw iOS with Apple and everything, and they said, I have no idea what we're going to do next.
Well, and they got a little ahead of themselves. They thought everybody was immediately going to go to a tablet and had designed it around Surface, and it just didn't happen.
That's right. But let's talk about a couple of the reasons why did Microsoft go in that direction. And when you're talking about going in that direction, the biggest reason why is the end of life. With Windows XP, Windows XP died a couple years ago. Windows Server 2003 just died this month. Zack, what does end of life mean to your regular person?
To the regular person, it doesn't probably mean much. It really is just saying that they'll no longer support you, they won't give you security patches, you're pretty much wide open and vulnerable for anybody who wants to get your system.
So you say it doesn't mean much, but doesn't that mean that if some hacker comes out with a new hack for Windows XP, Microsoft's not going to fix that?
Oh, no.
If you've got Server 2003 on your server at the office, Microsoft or some hacker figures out some kind of exploit for Server 2003, Microsoft's going to fix it, right?
You can hope, but it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because those have all reached end of life cycle. That's what it means. It means Microsoft has said,
we're not going to make any more money, so we're not helping you out.
It's dead. Okay? Now, some numbers here to keep in mind. So that's XP. A lot of people still use XP. A lot of people like XP, but it's dead. It's really, it's kind of like the dodo bird. Nobody's going to support it anymore, and more software. It came with Internet Explorer 6. A lot of people for a long time still use that. Facebook won't even let you read Facebook if you're using Windows Internet Explorer 6. So more and more companies and websites and organizations are just dropping all that kind of stuff.
And you might be shocked, but even Windows 7 is only about 5 years behind compared to life.
Right, we think Windows 7 is being pretty modern, but it's not really that good.
No, it's not. Starting back around 2009, 2010.
Great. Okay, so, but Windows Server dies, let's see, Vista, which everybody hated. Who hated Vista? Everybody hated Vista.
It's gone 2017, you want to
2017, it's dead. 2020, Windows 7 is dead. And after Windows 10, Microsoft is not even going to produce numbered version of Windows anymore. After Windows 10, it's simply going to be called Windows. And it will be a service that they just upgrade year after year. There won't be version numbers. So at the end of the day, time marches on. Progress marches forward. I really honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Windows 8, but I really think that Microsoft got it right with Windows 10.
They did, and really, like you said before, they heard what a lot of people said. They're bringing back a lot of key features. I'd say the biggest one being your start menu that everybody missed. But they're also finding ways to integrate the live tiles and things with Windows 8 in a way that's more user-friendly.
let's talk about that. Let's get into some of these features. First thing, like I say, what you're looking at right here is a clone of what I've got on this little tablet here. This little tablet's super speedy. Like I said, it's a Dell Venue Pro. It's in every way comparable to Microsoft Surface. Might even be a little bit faster. You'll see I've actually got it tethered to, I got a mouse, I got a docking station, I got just a standard keyboard, and all this, the projector here is just functioning as an external monitor. But what a lot of people can do with these is, you know, they're working on it, they're working with their Microsoft Office apps, any of their productivity apps, and then, you know, they want to go at the end of the day, they just lift it off the docking station.
Yeah, they can take it home with them. And for the everyday office user, it can actually probably replace most computers in your office from standard desktops.
If you're not doing like high-end, like, I know like architects that work on like CADs or,
video editing,
graphic
design.
A little tablet like this or the Pro could replace your laptop easily. Now, if you need the high-end software for rendering and things like that, you're going to need a full-blown desktop. But still, Windows 10 works great on desktops. And that's what I'm going to show you right here. So you'll see I got the mouse here. You'll also see I can touch this. And it works exactly the same way. So if I touch the Start menu, you'll see I can also just click the Start menu, just like that. One of the coolest features, one of the things that's super handy, if you are familiar at all with Windows 8, you knew that if you wanted to get to like certain menus and stuff, if you had a mouse, you had to like put it up in the upper right-hand corner, you had to like wave it and hold your tongue right and everything, and the menu would pop out. Everything's clickable now. So watch this. If you can see me here, I'm going to swipe from right to left, and you'll see this little settings panel come out. Well, it's a really handy settings panel. Now, if you're in mouse mode, there's a little button down here. You click that button and it pops up. No special waving of buttons, no holding your tongue right, none of that. Everything's got a clickable button that does all those kinds of settings. So enough of that, let's look into the new Start menu. Zach, tell them what they're looking at here when I click on the Start menu.
All right, well, with the Start menu, one, you're looking at your standard, all your applications are down here. Up here are your most used, frequently used applications. So that's pretty close to what you would have seen in Windows 7.
I'm just scrolling through.
Yeah, they're forced alphabetically here, so
this is every app that's installed
a little bit better. But also here over on the left, these are your live tiles that Windows 8 had never really educated you on.
That's my son right there.
You can put in things you like to access very quickly, as it shows you photos, your web browser. People want to check their weather right here. It puts it one click away instead of having to go and find your apps right there on your Start menu.
You'll notice here as I open these up, now these are all the modern Metro apps. You notice they're not full screen. They're just regular Windows. Hold on, I gotta show you a picture of my son because he's cute. He was out there, he has a spoon, a visor, and an umbrella, so obviously ready for anything. I don't know what he was fighting, but he needed all those things. So you'll see here, these are, now if I make it full screen, you'll see it operates just like the Windows 8 style Metro apps. But that's one of the biggest things. So you start any of these Metro apps and they will open just like Windows. You can drag and drop just like Windows.
Yeah, they're no longer, the Metro apps in Windows 8 would take up your full screen, and a lot of times were almost impossible to get to go away.
They were very difficult to close. They made an update with Windows 8.1 that made it a little bit easier to close, but still, it was a pain in the neck. Because they just didn't operate the way that people are used to Windows operating, right? Everyone's used to Windows being Windows, and then all of a sudden Windows goes full screen with everything.
Exactly.
That's right. So, but you still get this live tile feature, which a lot of people kind of liked on Windows 8 because you could get all of that little information and things like that. But the problem was it was this full screen thing. You had no way around it. So they merged those together.
And with Windows 10, you no longer boot straight into your live tile screen. You'll actually boot into a desktop again. That was missing in Windows 8.
That's right. So that's what we've got going on with our new Start menu. It makes a huge difference. I mean, and everything is, all of these modern Metro style apps, they are all touch first. So I can use this just like I would any other tablet. Drag things around, make them full screen. It's got some really interesting multitasking tools for multiple desktops and stuff that I won't get into because only power users are probably going to use some of those features. But you'll see there's lots of it's easy to multitask now. And again, the keyboard works just like Windows 7 did. Your shortcuts and everything all work exactly the same. And everything's clickable. Everything's got a clickable interface and a touchable interface.